the soldier is pointing from Europe back towards Canada. And he's looking back and he's thinking, is everything okay over there? Excuse me, are you a Canadian patriot?
Sure am.
You are? Can I ask you what that means? Hey, are you guys Canadian patriots? Oh, hey, are you a Canadian patriot? Hey, are you guys Canadian patriots?
Why are you asking?
Well, because I don't know what that means. If people say that I'm a Canadian patriot, I've heard this. I want to know what that means. Okay, our system is failing. Like, our healthcare system left you behind. Like, why would you be loyal to Canada then? Like, I'm asking, like, what does it mean to be a Canadian patriot? Because I'm not patriotic to that. You know, it's leaving people behind. Like,
why is the homeless population, like, on a substantial incline?
But I feel like in Canada, I wondered how the drugs get in here. Because, like, opium and opiates are, like,
I think like they're allowed in.
They're allowed in. And so my idea is like, hey, my idea is like, I'm loyal to my people. I'm loyal to those guys, right? They told me that, you know, I feel like the economy has let them down. Canada's let them down. Like, why would you be loyal to a country that's letting you down? Hey, are you a Canadian patriot? Are you a Canadian patriot? Yeah. Can I ask you what that means?
Sure,
what does it mean to be a Canadian patriot?
why are you asking me that?
I think Canadian people Albertan people are cautious about their decision and their views. I think they are clever enough and they'll do their choice.
If you support Canada, like, get your arguments together. Hey guys, I'm John. Welcome back to my channel. I am here in Red Deer with my big blue beautiful flag showing my support for Alberta independence. And I decided to come here today to walk around City Hall Park, kind of near where the bus stop is over there, and maybe wander over to the Ross Street Patio, which is kind of over there, see if I can get some of the people for their lunch break. And so what I kind of want to focus on in this video is what it means to be a patriot. I'm not quite sure what that term means, but I'm going to try to keep the conversations focused on that. Hi, how's it going? Good. Making a video for, oh, okay, she had her headphones in. I want to talk about this issue of patriotism because I've come to the conclusion that there's two types of patriotism, right? I call myself John the Alberta Patriot, but there's two types. There's kind of a naive type of patriotism where you're just loyal to the flag, you're just loyal to the king or to the system. And I feel like that's what a lot of Canadians are feeling. But then there's like a more philosophical kind of patriotism where it's like you're loyal to your people. So I want to explore that issue here a little bit more. Hey, how's it going today? I'm making a video about independence.
Not interested one little bit.
Okay, have a great day. And so I want to ask some people and see what does it, or I want to ask people, are you a Canadian patriot? Hey, how's it going? Hey, okay. I don't think he spoke English. I want to ask people, are you a Canadian patriot? And then see what their response is. How's it going? Hey, you support independence?
Have a good one.
Hey. Okay, I guess that's what you get sometimes. We walk slow in front of people when it's a crosswalk. So I wonder if that guy's a Canadian patriot. For me, it's like being a patriot means you're loyal to your people. It's like, who are my people? Well, my people are the people who share the same values, the same culture, the same heritage, same dreams for the future. Hey, how's it going? Do you consider yourself a Canadian patriot?
I do.
You are? Can I ask you a few questions? Not on camera? What, off camera? Okay. Hey, have a great day. Have a great day. Thank you so much. I think people are going to ask, or they're going to answer very quickly to that question. Yes or no. And then it's like, my goal here is to try to get them to think about it. Like, what does that actually mean to you? Hey, do you guys consider yourself Canadian patriots? Yeah. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sorry,
English isn't very good? Okay, are you new to Canada? Yeah, okay. Well, hey, welcome. Thank you so much. Have a great day. For me, it's like, I think about the Cenotaph, and I was thinking about how I was going to make this video, and I wanted to walk by the Cenotaph. And you know, this has been here for 100 years, and the soldier is pointing from Europe back towards Canada, and he's looking back and he's thinking, is everything okay over there? Right? Like this sacrifice that he's making. You know, is everything okay? It says, if you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through though poppies grow in Flanders fields. And so, you know, he's looking back and he's thinking, is Canada still the way it is? Is there hope here? So would that guy be a Canadian patriot? I think so. I mean, he died for it. That's my people. You know, the people who are willing to stand up for freedom, stand up for truth, stand up for, you know, like our values and our hope and our dreams. So, you know, I'm just noticing that I thought there'd be a lot more people here. So I've noticed that if I walk up with a big speech, then people they hear me from a distance. And so they already kind of have the conversation going. So here I am walking down Ross Street Patio. Hey, are you a Canadian patriot? Hey, are you a Canadian patriot? Do you consider yourself patriotic to Canada? Oh, okay. Hey, are you a Canadian patriot?
Yes.
Yeah, can I ask you a few questions?
No, I can't. Sorry.
Okay, hey, have a great day. Thank you. Maybe I misjudged the business class because they are business. They're actually all at work. Yeah. Hey, are you guys Canadian patriots? Are you Canadian patriots? Sorry, he's on the phone.
Hell no, not that.
Say it again.
Are you a Canadian patriot? Are you?
I am.
You are? Can I ask you what that means? To be a
That
patriot?
means I want to stay in Canada, and you guys better not drag us out.
Okay, well, can I ask you what it means to be a patriot, though?
Okay, we'll meet you there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, a little bit of hostility there. Trying to have a polite conversation. I anticipate I would answer yes to that, but then it kind of puts you on a spot. Like, what does that mean? Hey, excuse me, are you a Canadian patriot?
I'm very interested in.
No? Okay. Have a great day. Excuse me, are you a Canadian patriot?
Sure am.
You are? Can I ask you what that means? Because I'm really trying to decide what does it mean to be patriotic to Canada?
Sorry, Dad. I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. Hey, have a great day. Thank you. Take care. Hey, are you guys Canadian patriots? Can I ask you what that means?
Means I'm Canadian fully.
So you're fully a Canadian? What does it mean to be Canadian? I really mean that too. Like, you know, Aristotle said patriotism, like what's your object of patriotism? And so are you just loyal to the crown? Are you just loyal to the flag? Are you just loyal to a government? I am loyal to my people and my culture and my heritage and a shared dream for the future that I believe we can all have together. Yeah, hey, are you a Canadian patriot?
No.
No. Okay. Hey, are you a Canadian patriot? No. Okay. Hey, are you guys Canadian patriots?
Why are you asking?
Well, because I don't know what that means. That people say that I'm a Canadian patriot. I've heard this. I want to know what that means.
Well, I think it would mean why Canadian.
Proud to be
Okay.
Canadian?
Proud to be Canadian? What does it mean to be Canadian, though?
Eh?
I wear a toque. It's cold.
We're nice. We're too nice.
We don't have a turban. We don't have to have the car with Arabic writing on it. The cops don't have to have all that shit.
Yeah.
We have the RCMP, not the goddamn ethnic people that are changing it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't mind welcoming them into society,
Yeah.
but leave my shit alone. Be my shit. You want to be here?
Yeah. Well, so I'm thinking like being a patriot means that you're loyal to your people,
Right.
right? So you're saying Canadians are your people, but do you like? There's a lot of different groups of people out here with different ideas and different cultures and heritages.
Well, they spend their time getting their
I think-
citizenship and everything, right?
Yeah.
I think we
I understand.
welcome too much in because when you can't get a part-time job in your own hometown
Yeah.
and you're born and raised here
Yeah.
because the Filipinos have taken over Tim Hortons, McDonald's,
Yeah.
and then they treat us like they do.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like
Yeah.
they banned the homeless people was banned for 2 years. This is my town, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's terrible.
I
So
can't accept them that.
yeah. So, but it sounds like Canada's kind of leaving you behind then.
Feels like it.
Some of the things that are going on in the streets these days are not. It's
Well-
not fair.
But I understand
Yeah.
because you're kind of lazy.
Yeah.
Without contract workers, I mean, Olymel would be kind, right?
Yeah.
I worked there for 13 years.
Well, like I consider myself an Alberta patriot. I feel like I'm I share an identity with Albertans in the sense that we have common values and common goals for the future. And I mean, it's not really an ethnicity even. It's definitely not an ethnicity. It's like I know some Ukrainians and some Filipinos who are in this independence movement. I consider them 100% Albertans. They're my people. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was born in Winnipeg, and Todd's truck stood right next door. We went Christmas to our house, and then went over a few days later at Christmas to their place, right?
Yeah.
And like you were saying here about Alberta, where's my mind here?
Like our people and our shared values and our culture.
Right.
What
I ran a
does
rig here.
Alberta independence mean? Like this separatism? Hi, James. What is that?
Hi, James.
I ran a rig here for 9. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
There's a notorious window washer here.
Hey, James. Well, so independence, like we want to actually separate from Canada and found a nation of Alberta that's separate and distinct.
What would that entail? Like, I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, there is a legal process in Canada. Quebec proved it with separation, that it's possible. The Supreme Court ruled it's possible. There's a process to follow. And we're going to have a vote this fall about this. And have you heard about it or?
No,
Yeah, absolutely.
You have, and you haven't.
I don't watch TV or listen
Okay,
to the
but
radio.
you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ran a rig for 9 years here.
Okay.
I worked in the oil patch. I ran my own business for 15 years, landscaping.
Yeah.
My family runs quite a farm west of town.
Yeah.
And as far as the general population, we are getting lazier.
Yeah.
And we now employ 200 employees at the farm.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are from Mexico because they'll work.
Yeah.
Any person here in Red Deer is welcome to the job.
Yeah.
It costs us big money to have them there.
Yeah.
We got to quarantine them there on their side before they get on the plane. We got to pay the plane flights. When they get to Canada, we pay all of their medical supplies, all bills, all their dental, everything else. The only thing we have to provide housing. The only thing that they have to provide for themselves is their groceries.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're getting free labor or scab labor. We pay a hell of a price to have them come.
Yeah.
Anybody in Red Deer is welcome to that shit.
Yeah.
I said in 78 when I was a roughneck, first week I was on a rig, I said, why aren't we refining our products here? We should have refineries. We don't have enough backbone or enough infrastructure to actually set that up so that we can refine everything before it crosses the border.
Yeah.
There would never be unemployment in Canada, period, if we refined everything.
Yeah. Well, so, okay, it sounds like, though, you're saying the same things that we're saying in this movement. Like, we're never going to be able to do any of that stuff without,
We don't get enough.
as long as we're under the yoke of Canada, we're always going to be held back.
No, and that's right, because of the resources that we have here, we'll be under the gun
Yeah.
for those resources, and we can't protect ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and literally and figuratively, like, they're taking away all the guns, too, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you go along with staying in Canada, you're going along with that, too. Right, the gun grab and taking away our rights and our freedoms, like so many of these hate speech laws and free speech laws that are coming out, like it's really scary in Canada.
I did an interview with CBC, and here's another topic.
Okay.
I went CBC on I got to do new hips.
Oh, okay,
I paid for them. I went to Quebec,
okay,
and That's the only place in Canada at the time that I could actually pay for the surgery and have it done.
Yeah, Alberta couldn't pay for it.
Well, I could pay for it here, but they shipped me to the States, and I can't go to the States right at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on a waiver, so.
Okay.
But that's another thing that gets me, like, my mom was in the Red Deer Hospital
Yeah.
for 18 months, come out with still a broken leg,
Yeah.
a femur.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's no reason for that. Red Deer needs to get itself in check over those kind of things. Where was I going?
Well, but so like the things about like, okay, our system is failing. Like our healthcare system left you behind. Like, why would you be loyal to Canada then? Like, I'm asking, like, what does it mean to be a Canadian patriot? Because I'm not patriotic to that. You know, it's leaving people behind. Like, I know lots of people tell me stories like healthcare is like garbage in this country. Long waiting lines.
Somebody gets
Why
carried
is
away.
the homeless population like on a substantial incline?
Yeah.
In the 10 years I've been here, it's gone from like this to like this.
This is a great question. Can you please tell me what your thoughts are? Because I don't know actually. I don't know the answer.
What's going on there is that we're part of a cycle.
Like I can guess.
I
but
feel
don't know.
like we're not wanted. We're looked down upon. You know, they want to put us aside.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what they're doing. They have we're going to be moving into a building that's down the Riverside Road.
I heard
way
about
the
that.
fuck
Yeah.
out there.
The old PV Mart building.
Yeah. It sounds good, and I guess it'll have its perks, but basically they're putting us over there.
Yeah.
So really, what is it
Has to be designed.
changing? You know, like it's not ending anything.
Yeah.
It's just making it more convenient to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's my thought on it. Because I think a lot of it has to do with the economy, and a lot of it has to do with how drugs get into this country, right? So the economy, like when people lose their jobs, they lose hope, and then I think they become homeless. I think that's a big part of it, right? And then how do the drugs get in this country? Well, you tell me, because I don't know.
And then there's the wait for treatment.
Yeah.
3 to 5 months. Life's long, and the only thing that's kept me out of treatment is a goddamn phone call, and I can't hold on to a phone.
Like,
Can't hold on to a phone.
that motorcycle is going to be difficult. Sorry, can you repeat what you just said?
Well, there's a 3 to 5 month wait to get into treatment.
Okay.
And to be on the waiting list, you have to call and check in. If you go longer than 5 days, you fall off that waiting list.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, if you can't hold on to a phone, which
Right.
can't hold on to anything, how
hard.
can you phone in?
Yeah.
So 5 days lapses, and then, you just kind of give up.
Yeah. So are there any treatment options like for people who are on opioids or any kind of drug treatment?
Lots of treatment
Like does it work?
options.
What can we
If
do
you
better?
want it to, you have to be so sick and tired, and the fun has to be all over.
Opiates are the toughest drugs around.
Yeah.
It's a
And general
class of
agree.
its own. Really, it is. It's not in your head; it's a your physical thing.
I've been to detox about 25 times now.
Yeah.
But you have
I
to
10 years
want it.
clean time, no crack.
You can't be sent there.
That's amazing that you say that. By the way, I'll tell you my story. I was hooked on alcohol for a long time. It took a lot to quit that. Thank God I never got on anything serious. But like, I quit drinking. It is serious, but yeah.
You know, alcohol's it's at every corner. You know, it's so easy to obtain.
Yeah.
And it's accepted by society.
Yeah, I don't drink no more because of that.
Yeah.
But it was the best decision of my life. But I feel like in Canada, I wondered how the drugs get in here, because like opium and opiates are like
I feel
They-
like they're allowed in,
they're allowed in.
and it's like to poverty to decline the population control.
Like, give me a tinfoil hat, because I'm kind of getting in the same direction as that. Because like, okay, we only scan like 1% of the cargo that comes into Canada.
Yeah.
Like, and all the drugs and all the guns just come on right through. Like, tell me, how does cocaine get from Colombia to Red Deer, Alberta?
Well,
Like,
MSC, the shipping company, was moving a lot of that shit, a lot of the cocaine.
yeah,
And they were starting to take the container ships apart. The one container ship held, was it 4,000 containers?
yeah,
And the biggest bust, $1 billion bust, I forget, there's 40 tons of coke on that ship.
yeah.
And that's headed here.
Yeah. And so now, okay, back to being an Alberta patriot. Like, I feel like Albertans, we got ideas. That's a good idea. Let's scan more of our cargo, prevent it from coming in. But we can't do that under Canadian laws. we have to have our own country to have our borders secured like that.
Our hands are tied. Federally is where the action happens, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The problem I find myself back to this drugs and detox.
Yeah.
For a minute. I went to so many detoxes because it was a spin dry fix for me. And when I was sick and I couldn't get any healthier, I took a break for 15 days or what have you, go to detox.
Yeah.
Not rehab or anything like that, but rehab needs to be not the spin dry either. The 14-day or the 30-day rehab is a waste of money on all of our parts, and taxpayers included. ADAC, you need a 6 month or a year, at minimum 6 months program.
See, I'm not under the illusion that independence is going to fix everything. We're still going to have a drug problem the next day. But I think that we can actually start implementing some of these good ideas, right? So anyway, hey, thank you so much for I give you one more thing to say to the camera. I'm going to continue on. One more final comment.
Well, thanks for asking.
Hey, thanks so much. You have a great day.
Have a good day too.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you
Yes,
too.
you too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
cheers. Cheers to you too. Thanks so much.
Alberta separated.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
I call that.
So, I found it kind of a little bit of a clash there, because who wasn't willing to talk to me, right? The business suits and the people coming from the offices, and who is willing, and then those guys, they had some good comments, good points, but none of those ideas can be implemented without independence. Our hands are completely tied with our current system. It's never going to change. And so, but please leave a comment below what you think there. How do the drugs get into this country? And like, how do we actually start fixing this problem here? So maybe I should head back down the Ross patio. That's actually where I'll go. I'll walk back the way I came. No, I'll cross this way. And so my idea is like, I'm loyal to my people. I'm loyal to those guys, right? They told me that, I feel like the economy's let them down. Canada's let them down. Like, why would you be loyal to a country that's letting you down? Again and again. Independence gives me so much hope for the future. Like, we can build something. Hey, God bless you. Hey, do you guys consider yourself Alberta Patriots or Canadian
Mirror.
Patriots?
I live in Mirror.
You see it all the time?
Yeah, I see it all the time.
Like-
It's in my face all the time.
Can I ask your opinion on it?
Nope. Have a good day.
Okay, can I ask your opinion? No? Okay. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey, are you a Canadian Patriot by any chance?
I'm not.
No? Okay, have a great day. Thank you. I feel like if you ask a question like this, like, are you a Canadian Patriot? It's such a duh kind of answer. On the face of it, it's like, that's kind of implying that people actually do just think of this as just blind loyalty to the flag. But they've never thought about the deep philosophical implications of what patriotism actually means. How's it going? They never thought about it on the deep surface of it, or below the surface. So what does it mean to be patriotic? Like I talked about that soldier back at the beginning. How many of these people would die for Canada? That's another question I could ask. And then why would you die? Why do you think those soldiers were willing to lay down their lives? Because they believed in the future of Canada. They believed in our hope. I'd like to think that at least that's the narrative that we're told. Okay, I'm gonna cross back. I'm gonna get across this road here. And go back to that Ross Street patio. Because that's kind of where the action kind of unfolds during this lunch hour time. Hey, are you a Canadian Patriot? Are you a Canadian Patriot?
Yeah.
Can I ask you what that means?
Shit, why?
What does it mean to be a Canadian Patriot?
Why are you asking me that?
Well, because I'm just curious, because I'm an Alberta Patriot.
You're having a great day, man.
What's that?
You have a great day. Oh.
Hey, you too. Thank you so much. Really nice car. Infinity, you know. Good on him, man. What does it mean to be patriotic to Canada? Well, I think that if the system's working good for you, then it's easy to have that surface level patriotism. But if the system is working against you, like I feel like those homeless guys, they would probably, I don't know if they're going to vote. Like historically, that group doesn't vote, but I feel like that guy for sure, he would probably still vote for this. You know, because he said all the right things. It's like so many people who support Canada, they end up saying all the things that we say, but they just don't take the next step. Hey, are you Canadian Patriots by any chance?
We are not interested.
Not interested?
Just
Okay, have a great day. All right. Tell me, guys, is that question too offensive to people? The Canadian Patriot. Oh, excuse me, are you a Canadian Patriot by any chance? Oh, okay. Excuse me, sir. Are you a Canadian Patriot?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a Canadian?
Means it's true north, strong and free.
True north, strong and free. Would you, if there was a war, would you sign up and fight like that guy in that statue down there did?
Yeah.
That Cenotaph?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. What do you think you'd fight it right now? Yeah. Does Canada, what are the values of Canadians?
I don't know, but
That's okay.
I got these shoes and they're called rent's due, and
Yeah.
I gotta go because
Okay.
rent is due.
Hey, have a great day. Rent's due. Gotta get to work. All right. Cross the road here. This area of Red Deer is called Little Gates, by the way. It's went through some dramatic changes over the years. Hey, are you Canadian Patriots by any chance? Hey, are you a Canadian Patriot?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does it mean to be a Canadian Patriot? Okay. I mean, look, I get this a lot. People just want to hear about their lunch and they don't want to be bothered. And so that's why I just politely walk by. But it is my democratic right to talk to people in public. Oh, hang on. Wife is calling me. Okay. Hola, mi amor. Estoy grabando. ¿Puedo llamarte más tarde? Estoy grabando ahora, por favor. Yo quiero continuar mi video. Lo siento. Llamaré más tarde. Estoy en el centro de la ciudad. Te amo mucho. Llamaré más tarde. Te amo. I speak Spanish with my wife. Hey, excuse me. Are you a Canadian Patriot?
What?
Are you a Canadian Patriot?
I'm not Canadian.
You're not Canadian? What do you think it means to be patriotic?
50 hard.
To be patriotic, yeah.
Oh, I don't know about you.
You know, can I ask you, what is your citizenship? Where are you from?
I'm from Eritrea.
From where?
Eritrea.
Eritrea. Or how do you say it?
Eritrea.
Eritrea. Okay, I'm sorry about that. In your country, would people call themselves patriotic Eritreans? You think?
No, they
No?
don't say that.
They're not patriotic. Why not?
No, I don't know. Me, I don't say that.
Okay. Well, for me, being patriotic means you're like loyal to your group, to your people that you share values with, that you have a heritage and a common story with, and a dream for the future. Do you feel that way towards Canada?
No, I don't feel.
No. Okay.
I don't feel.
Okay. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you guys Canadian Patriots by any chance?
Yeah. Yes.
Can I ask you, what does that mean? Oh, okay. All right. Have a great day. Take care. Excuse me, are you guys Canadian Patriots by any chance?
I'm good. I don't want to be.
Okay. Have a great day. Take care. Trying to figure out what it means to be a Canadian Patriot. Excuse me, sir. Are you a Canadian Patriot?
I'm patriot. Yeah.
You're patriotic to Canada?
Yeah, I'm patriotic.
Yeah.
Both Canada and Alberta.
And Alberta?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, what does it mean to be patriotic, though?
Being true to its values, I think.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. What are the values of Canada?
Having strong economy, I would say.
Okay.
Being friendly with other countries
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
and saying it's for me a bit difficult to gather the thoughts and
Yeah.
answer.
Oh, I know. I throw it at people who walk around in public. I just like to have friendly conversations. To me, you said a strong economy. Do you think Canada has a strong economy?
I think as an ordinary person not educated as economist,
Yeah.
it would be unfair me to say that.
Okay.
I mean, give some evaluations on that.
Okay.
But everything can be just compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I came from other country,
Yeah.
looking for better future and
Yeah.
better life.
How long have you been here for?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, I call here my home.
Yeah. Well, welcome, my friend. Honestly,
Yeah.
welcome.
This is my home.
Yeah.
And I chose, and I don't have any thought that one day I go back, etc. Some people might thought about that, but I decided to come, make here, pay taxes,
Yeah.
contribute to the economy,
Yeah.
bring kids. I have 2 kids,
Yeah.
and hope that they are safe and they are healthy. They will contribute to Canadian economy here,
Yeah.
help people.
Yeah.
And
Well, you, my friend, you gave a better answer than any other other Canadians here so far. I'm assuming you're Canadian, but you gave a better answer because a lot of them just kind of shrug it off. Like, I'm loyal to a flag. I'm loyal to the king, maybe, right? It's like, no, you're like, no, I'm loyal to these things that actually improve my life, a common good that we all share,
yeah,
a desire to get better.
Yeah, I call my country where I came from is my country of origin now.
Okay.
This is my country now.
Okay.
I think it's worth fighting for it
Okay.
in every case, going to military,
Yeah.
the contributing to any small details,
Yeah.
which improves others' lives.
Yeah.
And generally, the nature, economy,
Yeah.
infrastructure, everything.
Yeah.
And education. I compare many things to my country, where I came from, and there are some things that needs to improvement, obviously. Maybe I would strongly say about less productivity.
Yeah.
It needs to be changed
Okay.
and improved.
Okay.
And some educational stuff, I would say, as a parent,
Okay.
my kids are studying it. But the first one's right.
Okay.
The little one is not. But from her education, I can see there are some things needs to be improved, like math, physics, all this stuff should
Right.
be improved, and there should be some degree of pushing towards to education the kids, not just letting them choose whatever they want, but sometimes
Okay.
interesting them, all these small details.
Yeah.
In generally, I love everything here. I love this country.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like everywhere. There are some things needs to be improved, and
Yeah.
I would be happy to put
Well-
my 2 cents on that.
Well, and I agree. You touched on some good points there. What gives you hope for the future of Canada, though? Because, I think a lot of us see these problems, and it's like, I'm giving up hope on Canada. I don't think we can fix it at this point.
From as a newly person to Canada,
Yeah.
it would be unfair to say or assess everything right now. Like, this should be done, and exactly this is my opinion. No, I can't tell that yet.
Yeah.
But for example, minor things like recently, the government, I think, agreed with University of Calgary to set up a policy review in assessing the future impacts of like separation, for example, being in Canada. All that stuff is interesting for me, and I'm into it just to see the experts how they measure these things.
Okay.
Because I'm not expert. I can see general picture, but I don't understand the economy as they are
Okay.
or certain matters. But with the country where I came from is landlocked.
Yeah.
I've been there, I lived there, and I know what it is.
Okay.
Even that just sneezing, you have to ask your neighbor
Yeah.
approval for that.
Yeah.
And I understand there are many things that Alberta can offer for the world,
Yeah.
but at the same time, being landlocked
Yeah.
and historically and traditionally, and all this infrastructure, all these details
Yeah.
interrelated to Canada as
Yeah.
a country.
Yeah.
And
You laid that out really well, actually, the landlocked argument. I'm not really concerned about it because I'm actually believing that once Alberta leaves, if we leave, Canada's going to fall apart. We're going to see Quebec go, Saskatchewan's going to join us, British Columbia is going to get chopped in half. And I think that the Northwest Territories and Manitoba and Ontario are going to be all that's kind of left, and they're going to decide what they want to do. Like, it's not like Alberta's going to leave and Canada's just going to continue on business as usual. It's going to be such a dramatic shock. Everything's going to change.
I respect this opinion.
Yeah.
Honestly, like any other opinion, every person
thank you.
mind works differently.
Yeah.
They might understand some things that I don't understand.
Yeah.
And I think there should be fair debate about that, like fair either constructive meeting about that,
Yeah.
and with clear numbers and facts.
Yeah.
If that is true, as I say, I'm not firm on either side.
Yeah.
As long as it's proven scientifically, like a
Yeah.
base,
Yeah.
then it can be like put into a conversation and explain to the people and based on their decision. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So earlier you mentioned the military, and I'm seeing there's a Cenotaph statue right there. It's been here for 100 years. That motorcycle's on. Yeah, it's been here. I think, the Boer War, First World War represents a couple of wars. And the soldier's looking back from like Europe out towards Canada. Like, that's why it's pointed in this direction. And it's like he's looking back and he's thinking, is everything okay over there? Right? Like, did he make his sacrifice in vain? You know, it's like, lest we forget what they did for us. And I feel like we're forgetting what they did for us. Like, we're losing all of our values, all the things that made Canada great. Like, I can't even identify them anymore. Like, let me give you an example here. So, like, Bill C9 is going to make preaching the Bible hate speech. Now, whether you're a Christian or not, it's like, yeah, you're just going to start classifying certain things as hate speech. Who gets to decide that? It can go both ways too, you know. This, like, we're losing our rights.
One thing is democracy is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Like, you disagree, we can talk, and we can spread to your viewers.
Absolutely.
I think that should remain as a core principle, that being able to share. That part about spreading the hate and that thing, I don't know about that, honestly. I'll be honest, I haven't read that Bill C9.
Yeah.
But I would be happy to read it and understand it deeply. I have a legal training, so I used to be a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So I can understand and read the legislation and understand the process, all these arguments, and how the democracy operates. And here it operates beautifully, I think.
Okay.
Again, comparably.
Yeah.
It might be improved.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well, I agree. Like, there's a whole suite of bills right now, and I don't have them all memorized. But the general trend is to kind of like censor the internet more, classify more things as hate speech. They want to have a bill that's going to be, they call it the Protecting the Children, the Child Harms Act or whatever. And that's going to make it so that under 16, you can't use the internet. But what this means though is that every single person is going to have to put in a government ID to validate their age. So now you and I are no longer anonymous on the internet, and everything we do on the internet is directly tied back to us. What kind of control can they have with that? You know, like government that gets control, they use it. Like I'm afraid of that, you know, like I really am.
I really appreciate this thing, like
Okay.
this perspective.
Yeah.
Not like society is just going one direction. Like this is what government says that I have to follow that.
Yeah.
No, like respectfully arguing about that and bringing other facts, other perspectives. I really appreciate that. And that's why, like, I'm not telling that I'm supporting either side. Like,
Okay.
but I really like how having a conversation and discussion.
Yeah.
From that, I can get some new thing for me. And
Well, thank you so much for the conversation then. Well, I'll give you one more thing to say to the camera and then I'll head on.
I think Canadian people Albertan people are cautious about their decision and their views. I think they are clever enough, and they'll do their choice.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that interview. Have a great day. Take care.
You too. Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you so much. Hey, are you guys Canadian Patriots by any chance?
Habit, no.
Okay, have a good day. Are you guys patriotic to Canada? No. Okay. Kind of interesting that the two people willing to talk are like the homeless and the immigrants. I feel like people are just blissfully going along with everything that's happening. Just eat your lunch and continue on. And it's like, well, what does that mean? Hi, how's it going? Good. And so that's revealing a little bit, because I think a lot of people in Canada, like thinking about that lady in Stettler, they're not aware of what's happening. They don't believe it's actually as bad as it is, and they're going to just be blindsided. In 5 or 10 years, they're going to wake up and it's going to all be here. And this is how it is. It's kind of like a slowly slippery kind of thing, where you lose your rights. You don't lose everything in one day. Hey, how's it going? Are you a patriotic Canadian? Can I ask you what that means? Oh, okay. And so, all right, well then my final message to you is just, keep on keeping on, right? If you think everything's good, just close your eyes and hope for the best. Excuse me, sir. Okay, have a good day.
So, yeah.
Take care. Hey, excuse me, sir. Are you a patriotic Canadian?
Huh?
Are you a patriotic Canadian? No, okay, have a great day. So this is my afternoon on the Ross Street patio in front of the Cenotaph, and I feel it's kind of a suiting place to end this video. You know, that soldier's looking back and he's thinking, man, I'm patriotic for Canada. I think that the meaning for patriotism is much more profound. It's loyalty to your people, to the ones you have a common sense of justice and a common sense of a common goal, a common dream. And that's what I find is happening in this Alberta independence movement. Is everywhere I go where there's independence supporters, they're united. They're some of the best, most polite people. I couldn't find any forever Canadians willing to tell me any reason why we should stay in Canada. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. Are you a supporter of Canada or Alberta independence? You are? Can I ask you a few questions? You prefer not to? Okay. Have a great day. Okay, guys. So, I do want to give people a pass because, who wants a camera shoved in their face? You're not ready for it. But I would just think at this moment, like, if you support Canada, like, get your arguments together. Like, there's at least 1 million people in Alberta who want to leave. If you look at the last polls that are like low numbers, okay, like 20-30%, that's 1.5 million people if we're going with the government's numbers. Last poll I saw was like 41% actually supports it, 48% are against it, and like 11 or whatever the difference are undecided. And so this is a lot closer than I think a lot of people want to admit. But Actually, you know what? I was thinking about ending this, but I want to just walk back. No, I'm going to end this video right now. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Cheers.